Oh, sweet! The new Rocky Horror Picture Show remake's on. Wait, what the fuck is this? I gotta let people know about this bullshit!
One night, when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began.
Why? Just why? Why? Why do you do this? Why did you do this? This isn't good. This isn't. What? 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 One more time. What? I'm gonna go higher. What? That's the highest I can go. Oh, one more time. What? The fuck? Why? I'm baffled. I'm baffled here. I guess let's get into this, ghouls and gals. I'm Ryan T, and this is the Otherworldly review of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's do the time warp again. I don't even know where to start with this shit show. The movie starts off exactly like the original movie. You see Brad and Janet at a wedding / funeral happening, and from the start, by the beginning of the movie, I had a little bit of hope for it because Victoria Justice does some justice, no pun intended, to the character in the movie. She's actually kind of decent at singing, and she kind of looks like the original actress whose name eludes me right now, and I want to say that it's Susan Sarandon. There you go. She looks like Susan Sarandon in this role, and it's kind of refreshing to see her do something that's not stupid. But yeah, well, this is terrible. I would take my last statement back. This is fucking stupid, but she's good in this. The beginning starts off with them, like I said, at a wedding, and they go through the whole Brad Janet song, which is actually kind of good and true to the original, but that's where anything that with the original stops right there. Every single song is totally pop-washed. That's a new term that I'm going to make, pop-washed. It's totally different than anything you remember in the original. The original movie was a heavy metal, hardcore rock opera of its time. It had actual songs that could be standalone songs. Some of them were actually songs that to this day that I still listen to seldom when I'm by myself or when I'm just driving in my truck or whatever. These songs, however, look like they're straight just clones or like Kids Bop versions of that song. And speaking of Kids Bop versions, this movie is very squeaky clean compared to the I think it's 79 or whenever that movie, the original Rocky Horror came out. The original Rocky Horror was very much an R-rated movie, and I understand that this movie, this version came out on TV, but with shows like American Horror Story and other horror-related shows, they show a lot of graphic shit on there. We could have gotten a good Eddie death scene in there instead of that stupid trash we got where they just push him out of a goddamn window and Laverne Cox's Frankenfurter, who I'm not accepting as Frankenfurter, stabs him in the stomach with a pair of fucking scissors, I think it is. That's another thing, going back to Laverne Cox, her portrayal of Dr. Frankenfurter is that in itself just a portrayal. It's, we believe that she is Dr. Frankenfurter. She's doing her best to impersonate Tim Curry, who is also in the film as the narrator, who they give him a little bit to do, but he's a little up there in age and he's kind of a little worse for wear, but what he does do is pretty good in the film. He has little moments, like at the end he sings a small part, which is kind of cool. But going back to the new Frankenfurter, it's not good at all by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, she's doing her burst. That's how she sounds in the movie. How do you do? This is my burst impression. She sounds terrible like that. Like that's her impression of Tim Curry doing Dr. Frankenfurter. And I don't know where they got that she was known to be a songbird, but she cannot hold a tune to save her life. And this whole cast just seems like strung together, and they're kind of just like going through the motions. You feel no chemistry in this cast at all, like at all. You can clearly see everybody is just there because maybe their mom and dad told them about Rocky Horror or something, or they didn't know what it was going to be exactly, but they're just like they're there for the sake of being there. Moving on to Riff Raff. They turned Riff Raff into like some Hot Topic clerk guy that plays in a band that's called Rocky Horror or something. Like, it's fucking terrible. The Magenta is terrible too. She looks like fucking Harley Quinn. She looks like she's looking for Mr. J throughout the whole fucking thing. It's fucking terrible. And Columbia is played by Christina Milian, which if Christina Milian is in your movie, you do not make the movie. It's just a weird cast, and Dr. Everett Scott too, they just totally miscast that character. Like, the whole charm of that character was that he was a German Nazi scientist that didn't want to say that he was a Nazi, so that was a charm there with that character. And so they missed a lot of opportunities to actually be funny instead of just being playing out stupid. The original Rocky Horror was it was a crazy concept. It was about a transsexual alien that came from a place called Transsexuala, and the concept was crazy to begin with, but the original movie pulled it off somehow because Tim Curry was just Tim Curry. And in this movie, they don't have that star power, they don't have that acting ability in this movie, and it shows. I was gonna lay really hard into this movie in the beginning, so I was very fucking pissed because I'm a big fucking fan of this fucking movie. Rocky Horror is probably one of the best fucking movies that I've seen. I grew up with it. And another thing that I'm looking at right now, I have a Rocky Horror inspired tattoo. It's weird angle, whatever, here somewhere. I'll probably put a picture of it in the description. But she didn't have the tattoo, and that's like the very iconic thing is the Dr. Frankenfurter having the heart with the sword going through it. And that was just one of many things that film was missing. If you want to catch this, I suggest you don't. It's very spooky, awful. See how I added spooky? Because it's the Halloween special. I can't even fucking cohesively end this fucking video because I'm just so like what the fuck? What was I saying? If you want to go watch this trash, it's on Hulu Plus. I suggest you don't. But you know what, guys? Till then, stay weird and keep it otherworldly, and have a good Halloween.